Hey guys, and welcome back to this to the High School Esports League. I am your
He's your
oh my
play-by-play.
goodness! I'm your play-by-play caster, Tico Benjamin Tico Lee, and I am joined by my color caster,
Jackson Prote Williams. And of course, as we all know, Tico's having a problem with dyslexia right now, so we do apologize.
I just had a bit of a brain fart. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Now, the games we are going to be watching today, just one game. It's going to be between Kolbe Catholic College. They're going to be on the blue side. And we have Applecross Senior High School, Team A, on the red side.
Yep. And guys, before we get into everything, just like to do a big shout out to the guys who've organized this at High School E-League, honestly. They've been doing a fantastic job coordinating with us, coordinating with the schools, and making sure that everyone can everyone just comes on board and is able to do this and experience something that hasn't really been done before in Australia. Being able to just play this as if it's like an inter-school sport, because we all know that esports, a lot of people are seeing esports as the next big thing, and it's something that a lot of people can connect over. In the past, it's all been like, I had team sports, which people have connected over, but now the esports is becoming something a lot bigger. People are beginning to connect, people are beginning to communicate, people are beginning to experience what it's like to be part of a team where previously you had to be physically active or whatnot. Now it's like anyone can do it, and this is something that honestly myself and Tico and I'm sure a lot of other people enjoy more than just traditional sports.
Yeah, and it's look, video games hasn't been, as you said, video games hasn't been a big part of this modern day, and now that we have this huge following of video games, it's just turned this entire, I'm not going to say world, I'm just going to say it's turned this entire modern day era around. I mean, look, we have football teams joining. We have football teams getting on the bandwagon, making sure that we have tournaments like the High School E-League, setting this up for the high schoolers. And I don't know, it's just pretty amazing to see what can be done from just a group of people.
Indeed. And we are like everyone's currently just checking in. We do have an interesting we do have an interesting level of skill in this game. We do seem to have a gold-silver team against what appears to be a silver and diamond team, unless we're getting the client bug right now. So I do believe it's going to be an interesting thing to watch, but I do believe the edge, just based on rank alone, does go to the Applecross team. However, one thing we have to note is that just because you have a higher ranked player in your team doesn't mean everything. I've seen a silver gold team beat plat team simply based on better macro and better teamwork. I've seen a plat team beat a diamond challenger team simply because one team went for a solo queue kind of build, the other team went for a more team oriented build, and you see a massive difference in how that works. So very interesting, very interesting kind of things that people can do from there. So I'm looking forward to how this goes and how people go from there.
Yeah, and before we head into the game, I just want to thank Melbourne High School. I want to thank the team they played against as well, Roxburgh College one, for playing that amazing game. If you weren't watching that, Melbourne High School beat Roxburgh College. Unfortunately, their Jin just got ahead. Their AD carry just snowballed the laning phase and took the game away with the help of Liquid Sandwich, who was on Pike as well. Big thanks to both teams for playing, and we're just gonna head in as soon as we can. We're gonna head into this game between Kolbe Catholic College and Applecross Senior High School, Team A. This is one of the more interesting games to see. Now, last game we did see a game between members between Gold and Diamond. And this game we have members between Silver and Diamond. So
the skill discrepancy is there, and it does appear that, as I said before, Applecross does appear to have the two Diamond players, unless that's a bug in the actual client, against a Gold-Silver team. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go from there. And we do it's going to be interesting because I'm liking these names so far. So those people can't see in the stream, we're having names like Died at level 100, Nobby McBobby. That's going to be fun to cast.
Nobby McBobby!
And Nobby McBobby goes in. He it's just an interesting one, but I love how you have such interesting names. Enticement. I can see how you'd make quite a few puns with that, Tico, when you're casting.
Well, it depends on what role he's playing.
Oh, indeed. But we are getting into picks and bans. So Kolbe is on blue side and Applecross is on the red side. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final game of the day. Picks and bans begin now.
Well, it's the second game of the day, so
it is still the final game of the day.
True, but you really don't need to say it if it's just 2 games.
Well, technically we do, because people might think there's a third game.
There is no third game, viewers. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear our perfect voices in the third game because there is none. But we are going into pick and ban phase. We're going to head straight into it. Kolbe has banned Rakan.
Indeed, and Rakan, the initiator, the lover. He is the charmer. He has been banned. That is a great initiation engaged tool, a great laning tool as well. Gone. And of course, we are seeing picks and bans starting to pick up in pace of it.
Yeah, so Aatrox has been banned from the top lane as well as Katarina from the mid lane.
Yep. So, considering that Exiled has the clan tag of Cat, I can see why you'd ban the Katarina specifically. But Aatrox has been ripping it up in professional play. He is an amazing top laner. He does so much lane harass. He just controls that top lane. And even though you got that scaling on, the bad scaling on him, the scaling has been fixed, even though the early game has been nerfed. But the games usually get to a point where his scaling becomes a problem. So the Aatrox ban, very powerful there.
Not a problem.
But it's a problem. Exiled, we've seen Exiled play on Cat before, and he is amazing. So that's a really good target ban coming out from the side of Kolbe.
Indeed. Do believe that that someone might be do believe that someone is missing out on a ban. So it's Applecross is losing a ban by the looks of it. So
never mind.
Might be in the second
Maybe
round.
it's the second round, yeah.
Maybe in the second round of the rotation. But we do have the Cho'Gath being banned, the Mundo being banned. That's literally the top lane tanks. They've been taking away these top laners from the opposing side, wanting to get them maybe off the tanks that can carry and maybe onto something a little bit more exploitable. Because we all know that Mundo and Cho'Gath have amazingly safe laning phases with the amount of sustain in both their passives. But yeah, and the Misfortune ban, a safe pick, good harass pick, and actually sleeper OP right now.
Yeah, definitely. But we do have a Kai'Sa first pick lock-in, so that's going to be an interesting AD carry pick for the late game. But we also have a Trundle for Applecross.
Yep. So Kai'Sa, very strong ADC. Even though Guinsoo's did get nerfed, Kai'Sa doesn't worry about that first item power spike too much because she starts going the Nashers and then she starts going into the AP build. So she does really good percentage health damage, and the Guinsoo still allows her to proc her passive so fast. And with the Trundle's just such a safe jungle pick. You pick him whether you're into tanks or not. He has so much sustain. If you're into tanks, you just subjugate them. You turn their tank into a non-existent blob. And Trundle just becomes so tanky. He just has so much sustain, and his jungle clear is impeccable, as well as his ganking. His ganking has so much potential as well.
Yeah, and we do see the Varus picked against the Kai'Sa, so it's very interesting to see 2 Guinsoo's champions being picked against each other. But we also have the Echo lock-in on the side of Kolbe.
And it's very interesting because Varus has, ever since the Guinsoo's nerfs this last patch, Varus has actually been building Blade of the Rune King first, so he's got a lot better dueling potential early. And Varus is actually a very safe laner who has decent scaling still, because he has so much poke, so much range, and so much mobility. As for the Echo can be flexed either top, mid, or jungle. Top, not so much, but the jungle build is a bit of a tankier CC build, but that still does a decent amount of damage. It becomes kind of like a bruiser, whereas this mid lane build relies on you getting those roams, getting that protoball, getting that lich bait, and you get so much burst potential.
And the protection is coming out from both sides. We have Kolbe, who's picked up the Shen. That's going to be protection from the top with teleport, as well as Janna, the Wind Master. Besides Yasuo, Janna is going to be the one protecting Varus.
Indeed, so much poke, and every time you put that shield on the Varus, you get that extra AD from the shield. As for the Shen can be flexed top as well as support, and this becomes this becomes an issue because this becomes an issue because you don't know whether it's going to be Shen support with amazing engage and gap closing, or the Shen top. However, Shen did get a nerf on his Q, which is the slows if they're running away from it if it goes through it. So it's 15% at level 1 instead of the flat 35% at all ranks. This doesn't affect laning Shen too much because he maxes Q first, but support Shen, you max the E first, the taunt. So you don't actually get hurt by that nerf quite a bit in regards to your CC and your slow capabilities.
Yeah, and we're seeing a couple bans, target bans coming out from the jungle and top lane. Xin Zhao's been taken away as well. They don't have a ban, so that's what we were talking about. They don't have a fifth ban, but Xin Zhao has been taken away as well as Riven.
So Riven, really good bully laner in the top lane, and obviously a one-tricks favorite. So I'm guessing that Applecross might have a team of one-tricks or whatnot, because you have seen the Katarina ban, the Akali ban, and the Riven ban. That seems to be bans for champions that like to solo carry games with their one-trick. So if they're one-trick. As for the Xin Zhao, very strong laner. Oh, sorry, very strong jungler, my bad.
Oh, no! Oh! We see it, Timo. The shrooms are going to be everywhere. This is going to be hell rage upon the Shen, upon the Kai'Sa. Rengar's not going to have a fun time either. This is going to be a fun game for the Timo.
Captain Timo is on duty, and there we have someone. Oh, this is giving me PTSD already. Timo is one of those champions that he literally just shrooms up. So you can play him two ways. You can play him a split push build because of his high movement speed. You go your AD or your on hit. And you can just push them those towers so fast. Alternatively, you can go this AP build, we just shroom up your flanks, and you just become a general nuisance to squishies all around. However, oh, is that the Aurelia?
That's Aurelia, but mid.
It does appear that, because Timo can be flexed either mid or top, and same with Aurelia, so that's his great potential there. But we have seen the Fiddlesticks and the Rengar. So Fiddlesticks as of late. But we do appear to. I'm not sure if it's designed or not, but we do have the Aurelia with Smite and the Trundle with Smite. So Trundle and Aurelia could be flexed either top or jungle by the looks of it. Or it could be a Timo mid and a Trundle top with Aurelia jungle. We don't know yet. But we do have the Rengar jungle from the side of Kolbe and the Fiddlesticks support. Fiddlesticks is an amazing harass support and has been really strong as of late. As for the Rengar, amazing assassin. Really good. If he can get those leads early. As soon as he hits 6, he's just so much deletion potential. I'm sure I have PTSD, and it is the Aurelia laner. I think it's Aurelia mid and Timo top, but we have yet to find out.
It should be so interesting to see how this goes, because Applecross have pulled out all the cheese stops. We have the Timo, we have the Janna, we have Aurelia mid potentially, or Timo mid. This is just going to be such an interesting, such an interesting game to see how this goes. Kolbe do have a sort of standard team fight, well, as standard as it can be in this game. Compared to Applecross, it's very standard. But they do have a standard team comp, and I want to see how Applecross fight this, how they're going to be able to utilize these champions and potentially beat this team.
Indeed. So, as a recap, guys, we do have the Shed in the top lane, the Rengar in the jungle, the Echo mid, Kai'Sa ADC, Fiddlestick support, and I'm still wrapping my head around Kolbe. I think we have a team on the top lane, Trundle in the jungle. I think we have the Aurelia in the mid, the Varus ADC, and the Janna support. So if we look at the team comps in general, we do appear to have on the side of Kolbe, we have this Kai'Sa hyper carry, and we have a double assassin with the Shen to back them up, and the Fiddlesticks. We have a diving lineup with Kaisa. So all of their members can dive in hardcore and go for the carries, go for the back line. Whereas on the side of Applecross, we appear to have more teamfight oriented build. We do have this bruiser in the Aurelia. We do have the Teemo, I'm guessing a split push, just making a general nuisance of himself. This Janna has so much disengaged potential. And Janna's actually a really strong pick here because of how much dive you have from the Rengar, Echo, Fiddlesticks, even Kaisa and Shen. That Janna is going to be very instrumental in just making sure that they don't actually get onto the back line. Because Varus, he doesn't have any dashes. He has a high mobility, but he doesn't have dashes. He has the range, so he has to position properly. Trundle, he only has a pillar for disengage. Aurelia is a diver through and through, but does have decent CC. And Teemo needs time to set up for his CC. So they need to bait them into their team fights. They need to make sure that when Kolbe dives, they dive into a mountain of shrooms.
Yeah, and the mountain of shrooms, he will give them. Pandaren is looking to give them a bit of a high, you could say.
I love how his clan tag is #fate. It is fate that he has picked Teemo this day. We must worship our Lord and Savior, Teemo.
Yeah, well, he's more like Satan, to be honest.
Oh my God! So I want to see how this Teemo pick configures into this comp. Does he go like a bruiser version with Triforce, or does he go for like an attack speed split push version, utilizing his movement speed and shrooms to basically stay safe? Or does he go for the full AP with Nashers, where he just layers up shrooms nonstop and just make sure that you can't go for any objectives without getting chunked on your carries?
Yeah. Well, against this team, I would assume that Teemo, astronaut Teemo, the one floating around in space, yeah, that one, he's going to be floating towards that Kaisa. He's going to be floating towards that, well, away from Rengar, because you don't want to be engaging on a Rengar. He's going to be engaging on you. Kaisa is going to be Teemo's main focus. He can't do much against any of these other champions. Right. Okay. But with his kit, take out his ultimate, take out the shrooms, he can't do much except for auto attack with his poison and blinding dart the Kaisa. I'm just focusing on the blinding dart.
Oh, with indeed that blinding dart on Kaisa stops the procs, and Kaisa at the end of the day is reliant on those procs to get the passive going. So if you can slow down those auto attacks, slow down those procs, then you pretty much allow the Varus to win these trades, because Varus once again is a hyper carry, and with this new Blade of the Ruin King build, even though this he actually has very good dueling early because sustain he has. So these trades in lane are going to be even harder on the Kaisa, especially because Kaisa still needs to build up Quincy's Rage Blade, and this Varus is going to go the standard Blade of the Ruin King build. So I'm thinking Blade of the Ruin King, maybe a Runins, and then IE. And this Varus at 3 items is going to be strong. But this Kaisa at 3 items is going to have so much potential with the Guinsus, Nashers, and then possibly Rabadons if he can get ahead. So it's all about who can reach these important power spikes faster, and whether the Rengar and the Echo can just make the Varus life obsolete, or whether this Janna can keep him safe. Of course, with the Shen, it's going to be very hard for give me a sec. We are having a spectator data issue. I do apologize, guys. We are loading. We had an issue on our end. I do believe our broadcaster is on the up and up fine, but we'll just confirm when we get back in.
Yeah, so we do have. I lost my pen. There it is.
So we are back into the game. So we are at 30 seconds currently. We do apologize. We are waiting on confirmation from Yuna. We're going to keep her updated. So, which she's just trying to reconnect now. So at the moment we are waiting on. Wait, we will pause at. So we are just going to pause at 50 seconds for you guys and wait for you to come back on board. So we apologize, guys, but once again, so we are, just so you guys know, we are looking at a Doran's shield on the Kaisa, so more, so looking to try and like stay more alive, and we are looking at the Doran's blade in the Varus. Aside from that, most other lanes seem to be starting normally. We do have the Teemo running Doran's ring, and he is a top lane Teemo. We do have the status spell thieves on the fiddlesticks, but we are running the ancient coin on the Janna instead of the spell thief. So bit of an interesting decision. So going for like more of a passive lane rather than the harass lane that you would normally go with the Janna in lane.
Yeah, but compare the poke that Navis Janna compared to Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks has a lot more potential with the poke, and so Navis knows that he can't beat Fiddlesticks in a poking war. He's going to play sustain game.
Indeed, and he's even gone for the exhaust instead of the ignite on Janna. So he is going for that safer lane. He's looking to scale up, and we all know that Janna with a hyper scaling carry is so strong. However, Pandaren, Teemo top lane, has gone for the ignite instead of the teleport. So Shen is going to have the superior global presence with the ultimate and the teleport. So our spectator is back in. She's going to count us back in for the game. Sweet, and we are back in, guys. We are synced up and we are ready to go. So
we do see Exiled. He's off to the side. We have an entire team of Kolbe in one death push. If Exiled makes a grave mistake of moving, he's going to go down. But unfortunately, Kolbe goes first.
Yep. So they did see as soon as the echo went out of the bush, so they decided, like, let's just go for a normal start. No one is falling for this bush bait. And yeah, it does look like a standard start, but it looks like Teemo is going invisible in lane, so might be going for a bit of a cheese start to win this early laning phase. Aside from that, it does look to be a standard bot side start for both junglers. Yeah, it's aside from that, like, everything is pretty standard. As for game strategy, the Rengar is going to want to focus this bot lane, get this Kai'Sa ahead, or focus the mid lane, get the Echo ahead, because the Shen is going to have a hard time against Teemo, and Teemo, especially post 6, is so difficult to gank. Shen is one of those champions that can probably just survive this laning phase better than most because of the shielding he gets. And if he rushes that Spectre's cow, this team is going to have a lot of problems trying to, like, bully him out of lane.
Yeah, and now the problem with Teemo is that he doesn't have much reliability in terms of skip. That's why you don't see much of him in pro play. Like, I haven't seen any of him in a long time. Meanwhile, mid lane, a bit of poke happening, but Teemo just isn't as reliable, especially in lane, as you said before. He can poke him out, but he's not as reliable as someone, say, a Quinn. Or
Oh my god.
that wasn't intentional. I'm just saying that Teemo is a bully, but he's just not as big of a bully.
Indeed. And Teemo's one of those champions, though. He's looks like there's the scuttle fight
A
happening.
bit of a skirmish happening. Oh, Scuffly. They really want it, but a good smite coming out from Enticement. Teemo's down here as well. Pandaren, he's trying to pick up the Ignite has been burnt. First blood going over to the Devil.
The Devil has come to play, and of course, Teemo picks up first blood. That is a lot of gold in his back pocket, and of course, this allows a Trundle to actually get that scuttle. So there we have the Teemo winning the matchup, allowing for the jungle pressure, allowing for scuttle control, which is pretty much how the jungle meta works at the moment, where scuttle is so important, especially for the experience. Even though Rengar had that level advantage, Teemo could just roam, and that's the issue.
Oh, look at the amount of poke that's happening on Janna. Navis could go down, but unfortunately, he's not going to do so. Meanwhile, up topside, Pandaren is just poking die at level 100. He's not going to die at level 100. He's going to die much sooner.
And that Teemo has double buffs, so much more harass. He's got the poison, he's got the red buff, and he's got blue buff just to allow him to sustain up. So this first blood for Teemo does so much more work than you realize, especially with the double buff transfer. But in that bot lane trade, Navis almost went down, except the Varus body blocked the Kai'Sa W, so was able to stop the proc of the passive.
Meanwhile, another fight over Scuttle. We do have Enticement. He's trying to return the damage. A good Janna Tornado. Kai'Sa is there. The pillar is done well as Exo Dragon picks up a kill onto Anime Big Boy. Adriel is going to be able to walk away from this one.
Yep, Anime Big Boy they went for the scuttle, they got the scuttle, but then they got so much more than they bargained for. As Jana was there, that the Fiddlesticks had to burn the flash, but then everyone just seemed to collapse. They were able to slow them down, and Fiddlesticks just didn't have the health to survive. Aftershock makes you tanky, but not tanky enough to survive this onslaught that was just able to collapse.
Oh, a taunt's happening up in the top side. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a fight happening in the mid lane. Nobby McBobby goes down to Exile as the Ignite is not going to be able to do enough to secure the kill.
That Triumph was so clutch, keeping him alive, and it's definitely allowing for this Aurelia to get this early lead against the Echo, and Echo needs to start getting needs to start roaming, but of course Aurelia just shuts him down so hard that's very difficult. But Exile is actually being very, very dangerous here, staying at this low health.
Exile knows what he's doing. I believe he has enough to execute this. He can do it.
But that was very greedy, especially because didn't have any vision on the Rengar. And Rengar actually didn't chose not to capitalize on this low health Aurelia. So it's a calculated risk from the Aurelia, but it did pay off indeed. But of course, this does mean that it is a 3-0 start and a 1,005 almost 2,000 gold lead to Applecross. Even after losing that one ban at the beginning, they are showing a bit of prowess right now with their rotations and with their jungle pressure, and even with the 1v1 potential of this mid laner.
Yeah, Exile doing her work in the mid lane. Adriel's getting engaged on. He's gone aggressive. A couple procs as a flea comes out from Anime Big Boy. He's trying, but he's not going to do enough. He's trying to drain the HP from Exo Dragon as well, but he's just not. He just doesn't have enough damage.
Indeed, and that silence from the Fiddlesticks.
Oh, good stun coming out from Exile as Nami McBobby turns out on the back foot.
Yeah, and we did see the Exo Dragon did get quite low. There was an ignite burned, an exhaust burned, a heal burned, everything but the flash on the side of Applecross, but they were able to pick up the kill. And it does appear that the Fiddlesticks has disconnected, but he will reconnect very soon. So right now, what we are seeing is Teemo bully the hell out of Shen, 20 CS lead at 6.5 minutes. We're seeing this Rengar not really having much of an early game impact, but he's trying to power farm up to 6. We're seeing kills all across the board for the side of Applecross. Small CS leads here and there, and 2,500 gold lead at 7 minutes is not a good thing that you want for your team.
No, especially up in this top lane. Look how bad the Shen has it. Oh my gosh, that might be...
And right there, that is a kill on every single one from Kolbe Catholic College. And right there, Applecross is just running away with this game. 7 minutes in, 3,000 gold lead. This Teemo pick is definitely paying off right now.
Well, it is definitely paying off, but looking towards the spot side, Adriel has picked up the BF sword. Well, compare that to Exo Dragon, who is going for the Gwynsus. Oh, wait, no, actually. No, definitely not. I don't even know, but that's besides the point. Now this is down. We do see Samuel. He's trying to, and he's going to be able to pick up the kill there.
So this appears to be a BF sword on the Kaisa, whereas the Varus is going for the ye old reliable Gwynsus build, I'm guessing. But that seems like a very interesting kind of pick from the Kaisa, as Gwynsus is still the advised pick. They are making a play for Dragon, but of course, everyone is slowly capitalizing on. But with a 4-man here, they have outroad pick up that kill, able to pick up that Dragon off the back of that kill they got earlier.
Oh, Exo Dragon in a bit of trouble here. He's going to get a Fiddle silence, but that's not going to get anything from him.
Indeed, and we do have the Janna coming there as well. They do have vision of the Rengar, but it does appear that that's an easy Dragon pickup for the side of Kolbe, and it does look like it's going to start normalizing again, but it's a lot of vision control for blue side around this bottom side jungle. Even on red side, there's a lot of vision control in general.
Yeah, they do have quite a bit of vision. There's great vision coming out from the side of Applecross. They need to be able to know where Samuel is, because if Rengar does get ahead, he's going to be a huge problem. Diet level 100, he's just having problems left and right. I don't know how he's going to be able to deal with the Teemo, especially with a Trundle that's not helping capitalize.
Indeed. And so he has gone the Mercury Treads first instead of going for the Spectre's Cow. So he is looking to like get that tenacity, make sure he's not slowed into oblivion so he can get away, and he isn't blinded into oblivion as well. But
oh, we do have the Shen ulti coming in. Fiddle's going ham as Navis is the one. He's gonna flash over the Dragon Pit. But then comes Samuel. He's gonna be able to pick up a kill onto Navis. Adriel barely escapes the 1v1 from Exo Dragon. That's the recurve bow coming in to play.
yep. And right there, we saw the Shen fail the taunt flash, but of course Rengar was still there to pick up the kill on the back of that. He did have.
Whoa! Exo Dragon.
Is this the American sniper right here? And Extra Dragon with an amazing Q, an amazing piercing arrow, being able to pick up that kill. The Kai'Sa got a bit too greedy for the farm, stepped up a bit too much, and you have to make sure you do not underestimate the amount of range that Varus has. But in the meantime, Team just got a free lane in the top lane.
Speaking of free lanes, we do see Exile getting some free auto attacks onto Nobby McBobby. He's down by quite a bit.
Indeed, and so it's Nobby McBobby's being pushed in. Shen is pretty much becoming non-existent. He is trying to build towards a adaptive helm. He's got the rejuvenation bead. He's got the ruby crystal, but he's got little MR still. And this Teemo is just poking him out. He's got the haunting guys. He's got the stinger. So he's got the attack speed. He's got the AP, and his Teemo is being a nightmare to deal with. He should have picked the Devil Teemo skin because it is very fitting right now.
Well, I mean, he's not doing any worse with the Astronaut Teemo. Very hard. Getting two-man get. That just turns all the way around.
And that was really good from the Echo, throwing down his time warp, being able to just stun him up just in time, and then use the ultimate for not only the healing but the damage. And Irelia was just CC chained to oblivion from then and burst down, unable to respond. So really well played there. Up in this top lane though, with the Shen, one of the big issues with a Shen having this losing matchup like this is it delays his Tiamat so much. So it delays his split push potential. So he just gets shoved in continuously because he doesn't have the wave clear to shove back out. And with something like a Teemo being able to apply so much map pressure, he's then able to just shroom up everywhere on his side of the map, so you can see where anyone comes to gank him. So he has the split push priority, and he can always push without any fear of actually suffering.
Oh, Navis going a bit ham though. He's gonna get flipped. Good ultimate coming in, but that's not gonna be enough as Anime Big Boy picks up a kill onto Navis. Adriel, they have turned this around quite well. A really good Zonia's. Oh, sorry.
Amazing play right there. And of course, at the very beginning of that fight, they were able to burst down Navis, so he was low. He wasn't able to do anything. But of course, then they used the ultimate on the Varus onto the Kai'Sa to lock him down. But of course, Kai'Sa was not able to be dived on as the Crow Storm from the Fiddlesticks was a more pressing concern. He was able to pick up the Janna, do so much AoE damage, and then Rengar came in as well as the Kai'Sa. They were able to use a stopwatch, keep the Fiddlesticks alive, and then pick it all up on the backside. Brilliant engage there, able to turn this around, mitigate this gold lead that Applecross had, and now they're practically equal in towers and gold and kills. This is an amazing turnaround from Kolbe considering the abysmal start they had.
Yep, 1,000 gold difference between these two teams. Pandaren is really not helping Kolbe come back from this one. Look at the gold difference between Shen and Teemo. We have 3,000 gold on Shen and 5,000 on Teemo.
Indeed. And the Shen is just being bullied out of lane, is not able to split push out. And the one thing to note though is the Kai'Sa is actually going Stormrazor first. So it seems to be a reversal of roles. We do have the Varus going for the standard Gwynsu build, whereas this Kai'Sa is going a Stormrazor crit build. This is not a build that we see very often on Kai'Sa, which is a very weird thing to say for an ADC.
Definitely. With the ever-changing meta, this is something that Adriel has tried, and he believes it works, so he's going to keep trying it. Stormrazor on Kai'Sa.
Indeed, it does allow for your first damage and also gives you the attack speed to be able to get your passive proc. But Shen has to be very careful because the Teemo Ignite is up.
Oh, that's a huge protobell coming out from... Dish out quite a bit of damage, forcing them to back away from this. Meanwhile, the rest of Kolbe walk on a shroom.
And that is a lot of damage because Teemo is very big right now.
Wow.
He does have the Leandro's Torment, so that's a lot of damage that happens over time. But of course, Shen has had to use the teleport just to try and save this tower. But he's actually hasn't built any more MR. He's gone for the Army Cinder and Cloth Armor instead of building the MR to try and deal with the Teemo. So that will help with the Teemo auto attacks and the flat health helps. But this Teemo is an absolute menace right now.
Pandaren is just wreaking havoc onto Didet. Meanwhile, the rest of Kolbe are able to pick up another dragon. This is still keeping them at a slight disadvantage. Picking up that dragon does keep them fairly even, but now it's increased to 1,300 gold.
Indeed, but of course Pandaren is...
Oh no!
The blind!
Fortunately, shutdown going over to Anime Big Boy, but that's a huge play coming out from the blinding dart. Meanwhile, Exo Dragon's gonna go down to Nobby McBobby.
And Nobby McBobby is starting to show up. He's having some amazing plays, doing a lot of damage. And of course, with the shutdown onto the Teemo, this gives the Shen some breathing room to get that gold back in his pocket. And also...
Exile going hard onto Adriel. He's gonna get caught. Meanwhile, a stun coming out of the two members of Applecross. Exile going ham onto Anime Big Boy. He's gonna go down through that Shen ultimate. 2v3. Nobby McBobby died at level 100. Is gonna get stunned, and this is gonna be a disadvantage going over to Kolbe. They're gonna have Samael. He's gonna join the fight, but I don't know if he's gonna join fast enough. Taunt landing in onto Exile. He's gonna get a turret shot. A really good damage reduction is gonna come out to stop that turret shot from killing him.
And right there, we are seeing so much action happening in this ARAM match. As everyone's just running it down mid, trying to get this mid tower, trying to open up this map. They each have a tower on their sides, but of course, it's after all of that. What has happened is that Applecross has actually made their lead go from 1,000 to 2,000 once again. But with the Ocean Drake and the Infernal Drake, though, this gold lead isn't actually that much because this Ocean Drake is going to help the Shen be able to match split push against the Teemo, be able to heal up a lot more. And then that Infernal Drake just adds to the raw stats they have. And considering
Oh, huge flash. Great tornado coming out from... Will he be able to escape this good heal coming out from Dragon as a really good disengage comes out?
And unfortunately, the Fiddlesticks did not have the Crow Storm still, so was not able to actually initiate that. So the Rengar had the flash and then got tornadoed, which saved his life. That was an amazing tornado there from Navis.
Well, Adriel dodges coming out. He won't be able to dodge auto attacks, though. He uses ulti. Good disengage onto Exile. That Storm Racer doing a little bit of damage. He will be looking to utilize that. Exile going really ham. Stun lands the last auto. Exile picks up another one.
And right there, we thought that the Kaiser could get out of there, but
Samuel going hard. Exile dodging, ducking. That's not enough, and Samuel picks up a shutdown.
and that is so much gold in the back of that Rengar now. He just picked up a 600 gold shutdown. This Aurelia, who was on fire, allows this...
Another flash for Navis. Will they be able to keep him alive? No! Really change the correct. Better ultimate coming out from Echo. Anime Big Boys is trying to dodge away from Enticement, but you can't dodge his ulti either. Exo Dragon picks up another one.
And right there, we are seeing so much ham. The Fiddlesticks should not have gone in after the Echo had already got the kill, but he had already channeled the Crow Storm. And of course, he gets absolutely demolished there. That is shut down once again. So 600 gold going to... Oh, sorry, no, that was not a shutdown. My bad. But yeah, that was quite a misplay there from the Echo. And unfortunately, he does not have the stopwatch anymore because he used that earlier.
Oh, died at level 100. Just can't take any more of this. Adriel can't help him either because those blinding darts are huge, especially against a Kai'Sa who's building attack damage.
Indeed. And this Shen needs to get that Spectre's Cow. He needs to heal up. He needs to get the Adaptive Helm because right now, Teemo's just going ham. Teemo is doing so much work on this top lane. That tower is almost gone. He's a 70 CS lead up on the Shen. Shen is quite literally just non-existent in this game. He needs to make some plays. He needs to rely on his Stand United and his taunts just to be able to save his carries because he's not able to do anything on his own.
Yeah, but we do see Adriel. He's going to get caught out by Enticement, but a good taunt coming out from Enticement to dodge, to stop him from bringing it out. But we do see Exiled down in this bot lane turret, trying to take it down. Those auto attacks aren't doing much against turrets, but they do a lot against champion.
Indeed. Well, right now we are seeing the pressure game just slowly being won from Applecross because they have it's and all on the back of actually this Teemo pick that a lot of these plays are happening.
Oh, Nobby is huge. Exo Dragon ignite. Nobby on a killing spree.
Indeed, and Nobby McBobby, there we have it. Barra stepped up too far, did not have the Janna pocket to try and save them. But the Teemo is now there in the mid lane. He said, you know what, I'm taking too long in this top lane. I just want to push it down mid. And he's got the free wards now with the shrooms as well. So, and against Echo, relies so much on those auto attacks with the Sheen. It's gonna be quite good just to shut down the damage from Echo.
Oh, Pandaren just taunting that Echo, saying, come into this bubble and I will slaughter you. Because there was a really good team mushroom right there.
Indeed, he's pretty much got this mid lane just shroomed up in the important spots. He's able to do so much work, and they have complete vision control. They can see whatever happens here. Baron has just come up. Dragon is up in 30 seconds. As long as they can keep pressure in this mid lane, they can secure the next main objective. The Varus just gets a free lane up top, gets a free massive wave up top lane to try and scale up for that Nashor's Tooth.
Yeah, Pandaren is just taking control of this mid lane. It's two monsters against each other. Nobby McBobby versus Pandaren. I want to see that. I want to see that fight.
But one of the...
Oh, we're not going to see that fight, but we're going to see a much bigger one. A team fight. In comes Pandaren quite easily. They left Teemo for dead.
And right there, we had the Fnatic Death Bush once again. And they are using this to a great extent. And with this pickup onto the Teemo, who's massive right now, they can just pick up a third Drake. They're going for this late game Drake game, to be honest. And it is going definitely in their favor.
Yeah, they do pick up that Infernal Drake, so that's going to be a problem for this side of Kolbe. Meanwhile, we do see the rest, sorry, just trying to fix a little bit of an error. We do see them backing. We do have a reset coming out from the side of Applecross. Meanwhile, the rest of Kolbe are looking to push down this mid lane.
Indeed, and they are having their back stopped by that pillar, but of course...
Exile is being able to slay that Rengar. We do have the rest of the team coming out. In comes the Shenels. He stand united, but he is already with Adriel. They really want to take him down. Adriel goes on a killing spree. Meanwhile, Echo is going to be taken down by that Trundle. Enticement is really trying to get Adriel as well. Pandaren is going to be able to shut down the AD carry. Stormrazor not doing much now, is it?
Indeed, and there we have it. It was an absolute chaotic fight. Echo got separated. Trundle is too tanky with the Janna, and they were able to pick up so much. But of course, the longer this game goes, the more these Drakes scale. The double Infernal, that's an extra 16% AD and AP. Sorry, there was a bit of feedback there. It does appear that they get mid tower off the back of that as well. That is 3 towers to 1, 4,000 gold lead at 22 minutes. But of course, the 3 Drakes does make it seem as if this gold factor is negligible at this point.
Yeah, this is going to be huge. We do see it was 2,000 gold after the before that dragon. Now it is 4,000 gold difference between the two teams. Kolbe are actually doing a really good job in staying in this game.
And it does look like the Kai'Sa has actually gone for the Guinsoo's item second, but it does appear that it's going to be a bit of a ward clear up and shroom clear up at the moment.
Oh, Pandaren, you're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Samuel's going to be able to pick up that one onto Pandaren.
Indeed, and right there, and then there's the shroom from the dead. Wow, that actually does quite a bit of damage. One shroom on Kolbe does quite a bit of work.
It's huge. Meanwhile, they're looking to capitalize on this Aurelia, who is alone, exiled versus 4 members of Kolbe. He's on the wrong side of the fight. We do see an ulti coming out from 2 members. There's a flea as well. A lot of damage reduction, but it's not going to be enough as the exile goes down.
And right there, we're seeing these picks just work in favor. And of course, with Pandaren and also Exile down, they might be able to make a play for the Baron, but it looks like they're just going to reset, make sure they match pressure. And those shrooms absolutely chunk Anime Big Boy right now.
Oh, they don't just chunk Anime Big Boy, they chunk most of this team. They don't have much in a means of tank except for died at level 100. And so this is going to be a problem if they want to continue playing in this game. They have to be more magic resistant.
Indeed, and we do have we are slowly seeing it stabilizing. It's only a 2,500 gold lead. It seems to be Applecross gets a good team fight, and then they're able to get these small leads. But then every time Kolbe Catholic College get a pick or something, they just convert that into a dragon. And they're doing really well to pick the fights around when dragon is up. And Timo is getting to the point where he's not as prevalent as he was in the early laning phase. Even with this, because he does actually fall off in regards to like team fights, and he needs to rely on that split push and kind of just being a general nuisance to have his work. It's like Heimerdinger in a way where the majority of his damage is actually in his shrooms instead of in the actual champion.
Oh, but we do see Enticement's going to get caught out by 2 members. A lot of jumping from brushes as Samuel is going to be able to pick up the kill onto Enticement.
Well, you got to think, is it Samuel or is it Samael? Or Samial? But there's no break in the M, so like surely
Samael.
Samael?
I'm just going with Samael.
Samael. Yeah, that's pretty
Like Samuel, but instead of a U, it's a
Samael.
U.
But of course, Aurelia is able to pick up this bot lane tower. Why would just go with names?
Meanwhile, Anime Big Boy really wants to be able to pick up a kill. Exile, he's just getting 3-4 man by the rest of Kolbe. I mean, it's good trades. It's good trades though, because he's picking up a turret for 1 death.
Indeed, but
ouch. Oh boy, that's not enough. That heal is definitely not enough. Navis, you're getting caught out. You're gonna get stunned, rooted. That's a double kill.
And there is the Lich Bane Proto Belt Echo. So much mobility and gap closing, and he has so much burst. And with these 2 picks, they may just make a play for Baron.
Yeah, they're definitely going for Baron. Enticement, it has no vision on this Baron. They're looking to take it without much contested. Applecross don't have much in the means of trying to contest this as well. They did get a bit of vision, but Enticement, he's taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to go down to some mail as well. They don't have a smite to deal with it, and now Timo's looking to shroom it up, but they're not going to be able to take it.
Indeed, and that was so much work though to get the picks responsible. And for the first time, Kolbe Catholic College actually has a 200 gold lead. And during this time, the Shen's actually been split pushing. So even though he doesn't have the Tiamat yet, he does actually have the Sunfire Cape, so he has a lot more split pushing potential than without that. And now with the Baron on all 5 of them members, they can go for the split push kind of fight, and let's look to really push down these objectives and equalize this target difference.
Yeah, this is the team fight potential coming out from Kolbe Catholic College. As I said before, during the Champ Select, they have a more team fight oriented champions, and we do see Samael popping the ultimate. He's going on to Exile, a lot of damage reduction, but is it going to be enough? A good Chains of Corruption lands onto the jungler. Will they be able to take him out before they take the dragon? In comes Fiddlesticks. He's using a massive ult to deal a lot of damage to the backline. Pandaren, however, is dishing out quite a bit of damage. Mid lane goes down, but not before they're able to pick up a 3rd Infernal Drake. Oh, Exile being on the backline, triple kill, going over to Timo. Pandaren is huge.
And right there, everyone died. Everyone went down except for the Shen. In the fight, he doesn't have a Stand United. He did have the TP, but he didn't join the fight. So even though they got the 3rd Infernal Drake, they've lost the Baron on the majority of the members, and I don't think that's worth. They're down 3,000 gold, and this might just be a push. This might just be a push to end. And as I said before, they did get the Infernal Drake, and that makes it 3 Infernal Drakes for the side of Kolbe. So they are looking for the scaling kind of team fight with an extra 24% scaling on the AP and AD of their team. So this is going to be so much extra damage coming to those late game team fights. But of course, we are seeing the Gwyn has been completed from the Kaisa. We do have the Nashor's Tooth almost being built, whereas Varus is going for the standard Gwynsu's Nashers. It's quite perplexing for that Stormraiser stop, but it might have just paid off in getting Kaiser through that early game deficit in damage that Kaisers usually have.
Yeah, Adriel just doing his work. Really good tornado. Navis is on point with these. However, there's 3 members here. Varus having to cancel the recall. This is a big problem. This bot lane is falling apart.
Indeed. But of course, Aurelia is also getting that split push bot side, and no one is able to match except for the Shen with the teleport.
Echo just walking straight past the Trundle. Navis taking quite a bit of damage. A good ultimate popped. to keep him alive. However, Nobby McBobby.
Oh, but this is quite a problem because the Shen is trying to match this bot lane, but of course the Shen is worth a lot.
Oh, Anime Blade going huge. Tornado coming in. Adriel's going to be able to dodge onto him. Another kill going over to him, as that's a double kill going over to an 80 carry with Storm Razor. I dissed it before. I shouldn't diss it anymore because it is helping him quite a bit. Meanwhile, Samuel taking quite a bit of damage from Padaran. He goes down. Nobby McBobby, he's looking to turn it around, but he won't.
And there we have Pandarin still showing that he has what it takes. He is at 4 items. He has got the Morella Nomicon. He has got the Sorceries. That is 33 magic penetration flat. So he is shredding squishies. And there's no one really aside, who's able to match that. Even the Rengar's going for a Spectre's Cow just to deal with the damage coming from the Teemo. That is insanity.
It is a huge amount of damage coming out from Pandaren, and you have to respect the amount of damage that a Teemo can output, especially with the Leandries, with the Morello, with the Rylai's, with the extra slow. That is a Teemo that hurts.
This Teemo does a lot of work, but of course that was a few towers in the top lane, but it's still 2-tower lead for the side of Applecross, and it's back to a 2,000 gold lead for Applecross. This game is back and forth right now, but the longer this game goes, the more these Infernal Drakes be an absolute pain. The more the Shen comes back online, he's 2 items behind the Teemo, but that's going to become less and less prevalent as the game goes on.
We do see Died at level 100 is taking on Exiled. He's taking less damage, however, as Exiled taking quite a bit of minion aggro. Meanwhile, Teemo's going to get caught out. Pandaren, he's got a good chance of corruption, lands on to Samuel. He's going to go down to Exo Dragon. In comes Gwynsus. He's doing his work as Exo Dragon. He's going to use a stopwatch. He's going to stay barely alive. Nobby McBobby's going to be able to secure the kill. Both the AD carries go down. A lot of damage coming out as Leandris does his work on Nobby. Auto attack coming out as well. Enticement gets a double kill.
Indeed, and right there, it did look like it was very chaotic on both fronts, but of course, oh no.
Oh, Exiled's going ham. He's not going to be able to auto attack, but GA has been proc. Died at level 100. Knows he can't take it. He's going to back away from this one.
Died at level 100 has been an absolute nightmare of a game. Got absolutely countered by this Teemo, and then has pretty much not been able to come back from this as he is still so far behind. But of course, that does look like it's a free tower for the side of Applecross, and it's a free inhibitor as well. That is 2 inhibitors down.
Oh, I don't think they're going to be able to take it, though.
Oh, that was really close, and once again, those tornadoes on point, screwing up Rengar's day.
Navis is just doing a lot of work to keep Rengar away, to keep Nobby McBobby away as well. Navis is doing a lot of work to keep his team ahead, but look at the yeah, good job, Samuel. Very good job.
Congratulations, Samuel. That was an amazing interaction, but as Tico was saying before, the goal difference in top lane right now is 8,700 on Shen to 15,000 on Teemo. Teemo is almost doubling Shen's goal right now, which is definitely seeable in the fact that he is 2 item lead, and that is he's almost Flame Horizon the Shen. He's got a massive kill participation, and the Shen, who's supposed to be a team fighter, has been involved in 20% of his team's kills. So this Shen pick is not paying off right now. This Shen pick is not defending this top lane tower. But this Pandaren has just been an absolute monster this game.
Yeah, Pandaren has picked up 8 kills, 5 assists. The goal difference, as we stated before, is humongous. And died at level 100, he's behind in 2 items, and oh boy, he's not having a good day.
Indeed. But of course, we have the Aurelia at 300 CS at 4 items. We have the Teemo at 4 items. We have the Trundle building towards his 4th item.
Oh, there's a flash coming out. Good disengage coming out from Navis as he uses ultimate, but that is going to be on for the next team fight.
But it looks like Aurelia might be going for the backdoor inhibitor while everyone is away from the base. And it does look like Aurelia might be able to get this inhibitor for free, but it looks like they're just going to trade this off for a...
Oh, wow, a good ultimate coming out, but he's going to go down anyway. Navis barely escaping from this one. The Crows coming out as another one is bouncing around between the teams. Adriel is dishing out a lot of damage. Flash heal coming out as well. Exo Dragon using stopwatch Zonia's actually to stop a lot of the damage. Meanwhile, Exile has taken down 2 inhibitors, and that is Super Minions pushing down the base. They're going to be looking to take down that 3rd inhibitor topside.
Yep, that was a 2-for-3 trade, but on the top of that, Applecross, even though they lost that trade in the Champions, they won it in inhibitors. 2 inhibitors down, that is so much pressure. Massive wave building up topside for the side of Kolbe Catholic College. So Applecross is going to have to match that, otherwise they may just lose an inhibitor of their own.
Yeah, and look at the Infernal Drakes are doing their work. A lot of damage on the side of Kolbe, but they just need to make sure they have a tactical advantage. Samuel, however, is going for Navis. I don't know if he has the disengage, but we do see Exile there to protect his support. It's the other way around, however, as Samuel is going to be able to pick up the kill there. Exile is all alone. Sturk's Gauge has been proc, but Adriel picks up the kill onto that one.
And this is a 5th Drake for the side of Kolbe. They are doing so much work in regards to securing these objectives. They have not lost a single Drake. They have lost 8 towers, but these Drakes are not going away from them. They cannot seem to lose these Drakes.
No, they can't. And they're looking to head towards Baron. If they're going to be able to secure this, they're going to look to push down and look for an end. This is do or die for this side right now.
Indeed, but there was vision on it, so they know they're on Baron right now, but they have a lot of damage coming out from them, and there's 3 or 4 members from it.
Oh, he's able to secure that one. Enticement is golden. He's going to be able to fight the rest of the team. Nami Mugabe picks up a kill, but not before he takes down Baron. Pandaren is in danger, though. He's looking to turn it around and died 100. He does so, but not before that. Adriel's going to be able to pick up a kill onto him.
And that is only 2 Barons left on the Varus and the Janna, because Aurelia was down when that Baron was when that Baron went. But of course, Enticement may have just saved the game there with that Baron steal. But that is still a 5 Drake lineup from Kolbe Catholic College. If this Elder Drake comes up, they are going to be doing so much damage. They're going to be getting almost an extra 50% AD and AP on their champions, and this is huge. This is definitely like Kolbe Catholic College just need to stall out for this Elder Drake and then get for that as well.
Well, it's definitely a weird build coming out from Adriel. He's picked up the Zonia's Hourglass. He's got the Nash's Tooth, Storm Razor for that first auto attack crit, and for the attack speed, as well as the Gwinsu's. I mean, I've never seen a build like this.
Indeed, it's pretty much a standard Kai'Sa build, but a Storm Razor tacked on the front of that. So you're doing a lot of mixed damage, doing a lot of AP and AD damage, and you're getting a lot more burst initially, followed up by the proc by the time you get your first few autos out. So your first few hits are definitely going to do the work there. Oh, that was a cheeky steal.
Oh, that was nice. That was very clean.
That was a very cheeky steal from the Aurelia.
So I would assume that Adriel would be looking towards a Quicksilver Stash.
Yeah, but because there is quite a bit of soft CC from the Teemo as well as the blind, and you do also have the Aurelia with the stun and the Varus Chains of Corruption. So, but it does look like there's a Fnatic Death Push coming there. They've seen how much it's worked for Kolbe, and now they're waiting. Oh no, it's ruined. It's ruined. Okay.
No, they're not waiting, but we do see Exile. He's drawn 2 members with him up to the top lane. Maybe a 3rd, maybe a 4th as well. Exile, if you want to live, back away now, because you will not be living through 4 members who've decided to engage right now. A good flash coming out, but Rengar is there to follow up. He's quite healthy, so he's going to be able to walk through that unscathed. Meanwhile, the rest of Applecross are looking to take down this base. Nobby McBobby, you're huge, but you're not big enough to stop 4 members. The rest of Kobe are here, but it may be a little too late. A Chains of Corruption misses, and they are looking to stall out this game so far. Adriel taking quite a bit of damage. Never mind, he's not. A good Blinding Dart coming out, but they're hammering away at this Nexus. Will they be able to stop this? No, they won't, as the 50 gold goes over to Applecross Senior High School, Team A.
And of course, Applecross State High School, they knew that the Drake advantage was on the favor, but they still had the Baron. They knew they had the stronger, they knew they still had a very strong team in regards to the Varus and the Aurelia. So, and the Shen, the tank Shen was practically still non-existent. So they wanted to end it quick, smart, and get this game done. And of course, they do just that. If that Elder Drake came up and Kolbe was able to take it, that could have been game over for them. But of course, they were able to push it in. practically had a lead almost all game, and they were able to finish that up. So really well done from both teams, doing an amazing game. That's probably one of the longest games we've casted for this tournament.
Yeah, it was huge. It was a big one. I've got a dry mouth now.
Indeed. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. A massive shout out once again to all the guys at High School E-League being able to organize this, to the schools, to the teachers organizing this, to the players involved, to everyone involved in the broadcasting team. It's an absolutely massive team of people just all working together. It's honestly a big round of applause. It's good to be back for part 2 of this, and we will be back next week, ready to kick off. So guys,
week 2. Yeah, week 3.
Week 3, yeah?
Yeah, week 3.
So guys, see you guys soon, and have a wonderful week.